Yeah, I've got representatives like here. Yeah, so.
Yahoo!
No roadie, but they talk to me in chat.
Getting ourselves into. I mean, they call it Iceman because typically it's the first Saturday in November of every year, and that's when the Upper Peninsula of Michigan gets its first snowfall, and this year didn't disappoint. Race day was 20 degrees when we got up, and the high temperature for the day was actually 30. So we basically sat in the car, huddled with the heater on until we had to go start the race, and as we're pedaling over there, we were wondering, what are we doing here?
4 years I've been in Michigan, I've gone to Iceman all 4. The first 2 years I was a spectator watching friends of mine, and the last 2 years I was a participant. 2009 was the 20th anniversary of Iceman, and it was my first time racing it. It actually is my second mountain biking race ever.
Well, we wanted snow and we got it. I mean, it was crazy there. When we arrived, it just started, snowing all day, all day when we were driving all the way up. So, and then we got there and it was cold. Michigan in November.
Oh God, it was cold. It was freezing. It was cold. Just way too cold to be on a mountain bike right now. You should be home watching football.
So I had a 3-minute start ahead of Mark because of the wave that we're in. So I wanted to try to stay ahead of him the whole race. That was my game plan. But about midway through on a climb, my chain came off, and then it took me a couple minutes to get it back on. And then about 5 minutes after that, Mark caught me for the first time. And at first I thought we were just going to ride together, you know what I mean? I figured, oh cool, we'll finish out the race together, you know what I mean? But then after about a minute, I see Mark just start pounding it and takes off on me. So I figured, all right, I'll let him go out, keep him in my sights, and then I'll reel him back in. And then about 20 minutes later, I caught him again and passed him.
Kevin started, I think, 4 or 5 minutes ahead of me, and I didn't catch him till mile 17, which really surprised me, but I was so freaking cold, I just couldn't get going. And then once I caught him, we kind of battled for a second, and then I dropped him, and then I crashed a couple times, and then he caught back on, and then luckily for me, his derailleur froze, so at that point I just said, sayonara, sucks for you, and took off.
In 2010, they changed the start order. Your start was based upon your time from the previous years. Unfortunately, Mark and Kevin hadn't done it before, so they got put at the end.
Well, because we never did the race, we weren't seated, so we had to start at the back of the pack. So we had to ride through a lot of sandbag people. People that were just slowing us down.
The big concern was being able to pass people, but it wasn't an issue because there were plenty of places to pass, even though it was mostly single track. And where it was single track and there was nowhere to pass, guys were pretty good about getting out of the way. And starting unseated so far back was a challenge because we were just constantly trying to fight through traffic to pass people. Give it a push.
This last year, 2010, friends Mark and Kevin came out from California to join me in the race. And Mark was just really excited because, one, we had snow on the ground and it was snowing on the way driving up there, so it was going to be a real Iceman experience.
Fun. I mean, the course was really scenic and a lot of fun, and it was very cool, racing in a different part of the country.
I thought it was kind of fun. It was kind of cool.
times where I was like, just want this to be over with, and just to catch my breath was an event in itself. I suffered the whole time. I mean, I was cold. I had one of those cold coughs for like 3 days after the race, and it was just absolutely miserable. But at the same time, it was a lot of fun. But if we're going to do it again, we'd be seated riders. We'd probably start a lot further up, and maybe our time's a little bit faster because the conditions would have been so slushy. Because by the time we got through there, it was just muck, nothing but muck. So the guys that started first definitely had a little bit of advantage over us.
Had a major mechanical, my derailleur, which gave me the problems for the first time I chain jump, totally was frozen, and I got stuck in my big chain ring for the rest of the race. So needless to say, I couldn't climb, so he got me on this one, but I'll get him next time.
It was a great race. It took me a little bit longer this year than last year, I think because of the conditions, the snow and the mud and the ice, and they also made the race about a mile longer. But I finished and was happy to do it.
The race itself was super cool, but packing the bike to get it there and get it back was not worth it. My bike's still messed up.